Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my channel. My name is Meg and I am a fully qualified yoga teacher. Today is my day 12 of my 30-day yoga journey. So this is my fresh start, 30 days to a healthier you yoga challenge. I really hope you've enjoyed this challenge so far. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm so enjoying doing this. And in this class, we're going to be doing a flow, which is all based on opening up your hips. So it's going to be really good for opening inner, outer, and the front of the hips. You can use blocks and straps here if you want to. They always help, and I always recommend using a good quality yoga mat as well so that it grips nicely onto the ground, and it also helps you with grip as well. If you don't have a good quality yoga mat, it is not the end of the world, but I just recommend having it because it really helps to improve your yoga. It helps with stability, it helps with balance, and it helps to stop with injuries as well because it's less likely to slip out from underneath you. And when you're ready, we will get started. We're going to start warming up through the hips just for a minute or two to make sure we're nice and warm before we come into this flow. So let's start with a lunge. We're going to begin in tabletop, so hands under the knee, under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and we'll lift the right leg up. And we're going to step the right leg to the top of the mat so that your right knee is directly above your ankle, and then shuffle your back knee behind where you can feel a nice stretch into your hip. Your hands are coming either side of the foot. We're breathing here, opening up through the front of the hip. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. If you want a bit more, you can take the hands on the inside of the right foot. You can always come down onto the forearms as well. Find what feels best for you and stay there. We'll take a deep breath in. Exhale, let's shuffle the hips back so that your hips are over the top of your knee, and then we'll walk the right foot. So your right foot is coming behind your left hand, and then bring your knee down so your right knee sits behind your right hand. If it feels too much, just walking it across, move it however you feel like you need to get into this pose. We're coming into pigeon. So right foot behind the left hand, right knee behind the right hand, and again shuffling your back knee behind, looking for a good stretch into your left hip. And we want to keep your right foot flexed here, squaring your hips down and forwards. Breathing here. We're going to keep upright, so don't come down onto the forearms. We're going to keep upright here because we want our center of gravity to come down and through our hips rather than coming forwards, and it kind of shuffles that weight forwards and you end up stretching through the glute a little bit more. We want to warm our hips up. We'll take a deep breath in and out. In and out. Let's bring the hands back down. We'll flex the back toe and walk the knee in towards you a little bit. We're going to swap the legs over. So your right leg's coming back and behind. We'll lift up the left leg. And again, we're going to step it up to the top of the mat, coming into your into your lunge. So your left knee is directly above your left ankle, and we're walking your right knee back and behind. Hands come either side of the left foot, stretching through the right hip. Breathing here, relax the shoulders down. Opening up through that right hip. Again, if you want to, you can always take your hands on the inside of the leg. You can always bring the arms down onto the forearms if it's easier, or if it feels good, if you're getting more of a stretch that way. Do what feels best for you and your body. And we'll shuffle the hips back. And we're going to walk that left foot so it's sitting behind the right hand, and then taking the left knee down, so it's sitting behind the left hand. If you can't walk the foot, like I said before, just coming into your pigeon pose, however it feels best for you. Left foot behind the right hand, left knee behind the left hand. Square your hips down and forwards. Getting a nice stretch into the hips. We're keeping up onto the hands. We're not coming down onto the forearms. We're going to keep upright here, flexing through the left toes. Relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. Breathing here. And we'll take one more deep breath in. We're going to take the hips back and walk the left foot back. If you need to sit back into your child's pose and rock, maybe come into a spinal wave if you feel like you need to. Doing whatever movements feel good for you here. Maybe barrel rolling with the chest. And we'll come into our Tandasana pose from here. So to shuffle through, we're coming into our down dog. So from tabletop, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, flexing the toes. Hands stay where they are, taking the hips back towards the heels, lifting the knees and lifting all the way up into your down dog. And then we're walking the feet up to the top of the mat. So come into your ragdoll. And then slowly start to peel all the way up to come into Tandasana mountain pose. Find your strength here, getting up nice and tall. We want to flex or stretch through the toes, place them down one at a time, lifting up through the arches of the feet, through the kneecaps, tucking the tailbone under, squeezing the belly and rolling the shoulders back and down. Take a second here to breathe. And we're going to lift the left leg all the way up. So flexing through the toes, we're lifting the left leg. We're using our hip flexor muscle here to really pull the leg up and make sure you're flexing the toes. So if your leg is all the way down, but your toes are flexed, that's fine. We want to see how far you can get the leg up with the toes flexed. Deep breath in. Exhale, we'll swing the foot all the way back and behind. Tipping like a scale, we're going to take the right hand down into the mat. We're coming into our half moon. So if you want to have either both hands down, or maybe you want to use blocks here and place your hand onto a block, you can. Think about lifting your hip up towards the ceiling, flexing through the toes, and lifting the left arm all the way up into your half moon. Deep breath in. We'll bend into the right knee and we're going to step that left foot all the way to the back of the mat, coming into your warrior two. So you're starting in your lunge and then we're turning to face the long edge of the mat. Maybe pick up the toes if you want a little bit more here. Into your warrior two. Deep breath in. And exhale. Let's place the left hand down on the inside of the right foot. We're coming into an easy twist here. So we're turning to face the right foot and then over towards the right. Lift the right arm up. Deep breath in and out. See if you can continue to turn here. So begin to take your weight into the left hand and see if you can pick up the right foot to come into a side plank. So you want to make sure that your left hand is directly underneath your shoulder, maybe bringing the right arm up. Lift the hips up high, deep breath in, and we'll step the right foot to the back of or to the top of the mat. We're coming into wild thing from here. Find your strength, rainbow the hips up high, push through the hand. Deep breath in. And we're going to come all the way back up into your warrior two. So we're stepping that right foot all the way back up to the top. Pivoting the toes back into your warrior two. Deep breath in. Right hand comes onto the right leg, and we'll bring the left arm all the way up. Let's take the hands in, down into the mat to come into your Skandasana. Maybe this is as far as you can go. Maybe you can pick up the toes on the left hand side and keep your right heel down. Find what feels best for you. Deep breath in. Turning back to face the front of the mat. Hands are coming either side of your right foot, and we're stepping the right foot to the back of your mat. So come into your down dog. Breathing here. And we'll slowly walk up to the top of the mat, taking tiny little steps. Relaxing over the legs here. And we'll slowly start to roll all the way up. Coming back into Tandasana mountain pose. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Take a second to make sure your Tandasana is in the correct position. So you want to be up at the top of your mat with your feet hip width apart, your toes facing forward. Lift and spread the toes, placing them down one at a time, and then grip the mat with your toes. Lifting up through the arches of the feet and through the kneecaps, tucking the tailbone under, squeezing the belly, rolling the shoulders back and down. Hands are down by your sides. Make sure you can spread even through the hands so you can feel a stretch from your pinky finger to your thumb. We'll lift the right leg up, flexing through the toes, squeezing that hip flexor. Deep breath in, exhale, tipping like a scale. We're bringing the right foot all the way back and taking the left hand down into the mat. So if you need a block here, you can always use one, always use them if you need them. You're lifting your right hip up towards the ceiling and then taking the left arm up. Into your half moon, squeeze the shoulder blades together, stretch through the hands, flex through the right toes, and we'll take a deep bend into that left knee and step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. So we're going to come into our warrior two, but if you need to come into a lunge first, make sure that your front foot is in the correct place. So you want to make sure that your knee is directly above your ankle, and then maybe pick up the back foot to step into your warrior two. You can keep your front foot down, or you can come up onto the demi point if it feels comfortable. You might need to just shuffle around with it here to find what feels best for you. Deep breath in and out. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, pull the shoulders down away from the ears. Right hand comes on the inside of the left foot this time. We're taking the toes around and turning into your easy twist. Your left arm is coming up towards the ceiling, pushing through that right hand. From here, you can stay here if it's easier, or maybe take the weight into that right hand and lift the left leg to come into your plank. Deep breath in, lift the hips up high, gazing up maybe. Maybe you can lift the left leg to come into your wild thing. So you're kind of stepping your left foot up and back towards the hand to come into wild thing. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in, rainbow those hips up high. See if you can lift and take that left foot all the way back round up to the top of your mat. We're coming back into our warrior two from here. So we're going to face the long edge of the mat, tucking the tailbone under, squeezing the shoulder blades together, gazing forwards. Let's come into extended side angle. Left forearm comes onto the left leg, and we'll bring the arm all the way up, gazing up underneath. Take more of a bend into that left knee. Maybe keep the hands down into the mat. Maybe you can come into a Skandasana if it feels comfy. Breathing here. Let's turn to face our left leg again. And we'll step the left leg to the back of the mat. Coming into your down dog, pushing the floor and the mat away from you. Deep breath in. And we'll slowly walk all the way back up to the top of the mat. Feet are hip width apart with the toes facing forward. Soft bend behind the knee. Hands are coming onto the elbows. Let's take a second here. Maybe rocking from side to side if it feels comfy. Let the elbows go, and we'll slowly start to roll all the way up. Tucking the tailbone under, rolling the shoulders back and down, hands are down by your side, squeezing through the core into Tandasana. Let's finish in a cross-legged seat. Let's place the hands onto the knees and roll the shoulders back and down. Deep breath in. And slow exhale out. Deep breath in. And out. Thinking of something that you're grateful or thankful for in your day. Maybe it's something you achieved, whether it was inside today's class or outside of today's class. Take a deep breath in. And out. Namaste. Thank you so much for watching. That flow is pretty challenging, so if you managed it, well done. Keep practicing it. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes. You'll start to understand cues that I'm saying, so this isn't just necessarily a one-time video. Keep practicing, keep trying it, keep working on the flow, and yeah, you'll eventually get there. It is a tricky one. It's a lot of strength into the shoulders with things like side planks and wild thing, but it's also a lot onto the hips, like I kind of said in the beginning. Warrior 2, Skandasana, half moon, they all work into your hips and they all use a lot of strength as well. So I really hope you enjoyed that flow, and I look forward to seeing you for tomorrow for day 13. So I look forward to seeing you then. Have a brilliant rest of the day, and yes, see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.